Whoa. 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 Ah. Ah. Hello. It's Fujikura Uruka FU from Phase Connect Generation 1, the Blue Music Bear. Bear is back. Shortest 58 years of my life. Why are you old? Why are you so old? Why are you decrepit? I'm so freaking excited. Miss Uruka's back. I am back. Miss Uruka's late. Ooh. I like how the excitement is followed by sadness. Miss Uruka's late. Ooh. Fresh bear air. I am a fresh bear, but you are not breathing the same air as I. Thank you for the super sticker. Obligatory. No, you cannot. You cannot take my shirt. That's not allowed. And you should know that by now. If you don't, I'm sending you back to detention. Also, why is the chat thing cut off? The heck? Do I need to make it wider? Okay, I guess I need to make it a little wider. You cannot take my shirt. Back to detention. Here's my coin to attempt to get Uruka out of the machine. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You can't get me in the hole anyways. You don't have the skill. You don't have the skill to pick me up and get me into the crane game hole. Even if you tried. And it's my arcade, so I'm profiting off of the machines. So thank you. Thank you for your coins. Today is pick one, get one free. No, you cannot. You do not get it free. You have to buy my shorts at shop.phase-connect.com. You only have a few more days left, mind you, so you should definitely go buy your shorts now. Whoa. I did not see this Loki this Loki stuff. That's cool. Where's my birthday merch? I have a link here. It ends on June 1st, which is only like how many days? A week from now. You only have a week left to get my birthday merch. Look at that. Look at that. Pin. Pin that. Pin that link. Pin it. One more week to get your Uruka birthday merch. Where else are you gonna get milk bottles from Uruka? Empty, by the way. Fill it with your own milk. Dining table placemat. Bottle opener. Reversible shorts. Urufugang plate. Urufugang boxers. Yeah. Where else are you gonna get those? So you should definitely get them before the order period finishes. You should definitely get them before the order period finishes. Otherwise, you might never see them again. Never. Never. A wild blue bear appeared. Yes, that's me. Free government issued stimmy super time. Who's this uncool ass bear again? It's been so long I forgot. She seems like a dorky nerd. Kinda cute though. No, not cute. I am cool. But if you think my ass is uncool, it's probably because it's hot. Not cute. Cool. Excitedly jumps up and down. OMG, is my Fujikura Uruka. Hello, Miss Uruka. We've missed you so much. I hope you had the most wonderful trip. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Not gonna lie, we're doing just chatting, but low-key, like, I don't have anything organized in my brain. I don't even know if I'm gonna yap that much about anything that I did. But I'll talk about some stuff. It was relatively chill for the most part. Yeah. Bear love, bear cheer. Thank you. You know what I find really funny when you guys like just like either chat or comment or like reply something, and literally like the only thing you say is just bear. Like, whoa, are you trying to summon me? Like, or sometimes I'll like peek into the Discord for a second. And it's been like maybe it's been like half an hour of silence and there's been no conversation happening, and someone will just go, bear. What is that? I think it's cute, but like, is there an end goal? Is it a summoning thing? Is it a summoning? What the heck? What is this? Okay. Say bear 3 times into a mirror. Like Bloody Mary. It works eventually, don't it? Well, yeah, at some point I'm gonna hit go live. I don't think it's because people are saying bear, though. I mean, you showed up. Yes, I showed up purely because I felt in my bones that people were saying bear, 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 bear. And I just knew that I had to show up purely because of that. She finally came back with the milk. No, I came back with the milk bottles, but the bottles are empty. Also, you have to buy them. So yeah. At the link pin. Ooh, Uruka late no shorts show. Ooh. I have shorts. What do you mean no shorts? I got shorts. What are you talking about? What you talking about? Since we're just gonna be yapping, let me actually move here.
Whoa.
Whoa. Actually, should I use maybe this? Ah, why did I do that?
Whoa.
We'll use this one. Wait, why is it going in front of me? It's blocking my beautiful face. It's fine. I don't think my face is that beautiful. Chill maxing. I forgot FaZe had a bear. Ooh. If you ever forget that FaZe has a bear, I will roar in your ears. I will roar in your ears. Then you won't forget anymore. Uruka the burnt bear has returned. Will to live restored. I'm not burnt anymore. The sunburn is pretty much... I didn't even treat it. I didn't get super sunburned. Only like a small patch of my skin got sunburned, and then like the top of my scalp. But like, it healed itself in like a couple days. So, I'm not burnt anymore. Oh, also the tips of my ears, but I didn't realize that until I got back. I realized that the tips of my ears were bright red. But it healed already. It was only a small amount. Because I did put on a lot of sunscreen, but I guess I just missed a couple of small spots. But none of my face got sunburned. I always put sunscreen on my face. But the thing is, I usually don't put sunscreen on my body. But this time I did put sunscreen on my body, but I still got slightly sunburnt. I don't think I've ever really gotten sunburnt before because I don't go into the sun. Because I don't go into the sun. But yeah, I got sunburnt this time. The crane is annoying. Why? Because you don't want my pretty bare face to be covered. I can move the claw behind me. Then it will be less annoying. Like that. Scalp burned. Uruka is bald. No. You know, your hair is not UV protected. Just because you have hair doesn't mean it'll stop you from getting sunburnt. Also, it was like on like the roots area, like the part where the hair grows out of. So it was like slightly less covered. Slightly less covered because like the skin is there, you know. At the top of your head, like where the hair grows out of, that line in the middle. Where your part is, yeah. Where your part is. That's where I got sunburn. And I've never gotten sunburn on my scalp before. So like, I did not expect that until I like went back and I showered. And I was like, so why does my skull hurt? And then I realized my scalp was like bright red. At least you're tan now, right? No. I don't think people realize that sunburning is not tanning. Sunburning means your skin is like it's red. Tanning makes you like gold or like brown, depending on how much you tan. Burning is different from tanning. I don't think I tanned at all. Maybe like a tiny bit, but none that I can notice. I have not noticed any actual tan. But if I wasn't like walking around outside, like one of my friends wanted to tan, so I like sat with her while she was tanning, but I covered myself with a towel so I wouldn't tan. I was lying there with my friend tanning next to me, and I was just sitting there, head to toe covered in a towel, cause I don't want to tan. It was nice to sit in the sun though. It was very, very comfy. It was nice actually. Very nice to just sit in the sun and absorb all the vitamin D, even though I was covering myself with a towel. You don't look like you would tan. My brother is very tan. Brother Bear is very tan. So like theoretically, I could tan based on him. But I don't know if we have the same skin genes, so maybe not. Brother Bear is very tan. How do we even know she wears anything under that jacket? Because I've shown you what's under my jacket before. You know what's under my jacket. Thank you for the bear emoji, supers, and the bear. Nice to have you back. Hope your time off was fun. Also, bear, thanks. Idle burp. Yeah, and what of it? And what of it? Tasukaru. Okay. Okay, now we just... okay. Say ruleless or sinus. Is that me? Does that mean blue bear? Scout bird? Uruka's I already read that. Gyaruka denied again. Gyaruka's always denied. I am not a gyaru. And I've never been a gyaru. And it is not really possible for me to be a gyaru. Went fishing for an hour today. I'm burnt badly. You need to put on sunscreen. You need to put on sunscreen, dude. We saw so many people who were like bright red. I'm like, you guys, I know you're trying to tan, but like, still need sunscreen. Otherwise, you're not tanning. You're just lobstering. So many people around us were bright red. It was concerning. I think people don't realize the difference between sunburning and tanning. I'm glad to see your return, Bear. I'm back! Yay! It wasn't that long. It was only been a week. Did you guys feel like it was a long time? Bright red like Ferraris? Well, not like that red, but as red as skin can really get. They were straight up lobstering. Maybe they were oven maxing. Dude, they were bright red. It was kind of crazy. Fun fact, even though I'm a ginger and outside a bunch, Miss Uruka still got sunburnt this year before me. Also, SPF 30 is good for tanning. I don't need a tan. I put on SPF 70. I put on SPF 70. And even my normal sunblock is like SPF 50 plus. I don't know what the plus means, but that probably means it's at least 50. But yeah, it's because I was outside. I was outside for an extended period of time. We were at like a somewhat like resort area. Mostly just chilling, soaking in the sun, sitting in hot tubs or cold tubs depending on the weather. All over, not just the face. This trip is like probably the first time I can recall putting sunblock on all over. I usually only put sunblock on my face. Usually. But this time it was super sunny, so I put it on any skin that was exposed at all. Except I forgot about my ears and my scalp. I forgot about my ears and my scalp. I was very... Like, I completely forgot that I have ears. Completely forgot that I have ears and that I need to put sunblock on them. But I have like some powder compact SPF, so after I got sunburned, I used the compact SPF on my scalp. But yeah, usually I use SPF. It's called SPF 50++. I don't really know what that means, but yeah, I use that on my face. I use like double layer though. I use sunblock and then I use BB cream, which is also SPF 40. So I put on SPF 50 first, and then on top of that I put on SPF 40. But I usually don't put on my body because I'm usually not outside that long. But tried not to burn because I was scared off by all the like bright red burnt people around us. I was like, maybe I should put on some sunscreen. Speaking of our brother-in-law, now that he has... Why are you calling him brother-in-law? Now that he has brought back the sacred artifact of the Uru cult, are we going to have a stream to properly worship the green shorts of celibacy? Why do we call them the shorts of celibacy? Hello? If anything, I feel like you would attract people. It's the opposite of celibacy. Like when you wear them, you have like major sex. Because it catches so much attention that people can't help but look at you, you know? Meep. Hi, Meep. How you doing, Meep? How'd that work out for you? Well, I don't wear them in public anymore. And when I did wear them in public, I was like 14, 15. So, did not apply. But yeah. We went on a trip. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say where exactly it was. I'm not gonna be super specific because it involves other people and I don't know what they're gonna post, so I'm just being safe about it. But it was like a kind of resort area. There was like kind of slight beach place. Lots of areas to tan. There was like pools, jacuzzis. A lot of activities to do. But yeah, I haven't met up with these friends, or I've met up with like individual ones of them sometimes, but all together we haven't been all together in like 3 years. So first time all together in 3 years, and yeah, I mean most of the time we just like yapping and stuff. Yapping, and then I don't know, there were activities, but I've realized I don't know if this is like a them thing, but I think like they are more girly, slightly more girly girls. Like, how do I explain? Like when I go on trips with like my family, right? Usually like my mom sits out of like the more active activities. But I thought that was just like a mom thing. I was like, oh, cause she's a mom. It's just a mom thing to not want to do the active activities. But no, two of them were doing mom thing, what I assumed was a mom thing, but I think it might just be a girl thing. Like I convinced one of them to do stuff with me, but the other two were like, "Now we'll just watch." And I'm like, "Why?" It's not like it's even that strenuous. It's not even that strenuous. We went rock climbing, but two of them didn't want to. I did convince one of them to go, but she had to stop in the middle because one of her nails fell off. So not her actual nails, her like press-on nails, not her actual nails. Rock climbing isn't strenuous. Well, it's not like hardcore rock climbing or anything. It's like there's a wall. You're harnessed in. Not really strenuous at all, in my opinion. Were you the only one climbing then? Well, me and the one friend that I convinced to go with me. But she took a long time to get up, like halfway, because her nails were like scraping the holds or whatever. I scaled that thing so quick. I scaled that thing so quick. It was fun. I miss beaches where I would swim directly into waves. I don't get people just sitting in sand taking photos, so I drag my siblings to the waves. I hate being in water. I did not go into the ocean. I despise being in water, especially ocean water. I also hate sand. I also hate sand. Was it just rock climbing or did you do bouldering? No bouldering, just rock climbing. Just rock climbing. I think it was like... If I had to estimate, I think it was like how tall is... Maybe like 3 floors? Not like super tall. Like three floors-ish. But yeah, I like rock climbing. I don't do it that much though. It sounds expensive, but it was fun. And then we also did like roller skating, which I also had to convince them to do, but like one of them straight up refused. One of them I convinced her to do, but then like after she tried it for like 1 minute, she was like, "Nope, not happening." So then it just ended up being me and the other friend, same friend by the way, Dr. Horseballs. But she was struggling too. I mean, like I was also struggling, but like less than them. I thought it was fun, but I've never roller skated before. It's actually really hard. I've rollerbladed before. I didn't realize roller skating, it was so much harder than rollerblading. I assumed roller skating would be easier than rollerblading, but no, it is so much harder. There's a difference. Yeah, rollerblading is the one where the wheels are all in one line. Like all 4 wheels are in one line. Roller skating is the one where there's 2 in front and 2 in the back. And it's actually hella hard. It's like I was able to skate. I couldn't figure out how to turn though. So I would just go forward, like I would speed forward, and then I would just ram into the wall, physically turn myself around, then speed forward, then ram into the wall, then turn around. I don't know how to turn because like when you rollerblade, because all of the when you rollerblade, all of the wheels are in one line, so you can just like angle it. Like a motorcycle, you can just lean. But when you lean when you're roller skating, it doesn't do shit. It doesn't do anything. It was so weird. I think it's also much easier to trip and fall in roller skates than roller blades, like ice skating. No. No. Roller blading is like ice skating. Roller skating is not like ice skating at all. It's so much harder. I think ice skating and roller blading are very, very similar. But roller skating is not similar. Which I didn't expect, because I've never roller skated before. Yeah. So Dr. Horseballs was pretty down to do stuff that I wanted to do, or at least try it. The others were a little I guess the others are a little more delicate. They were like, let's go to the spa, and I'm like, I don't want to go to the spa. What else was there? Oh, we went to play we went to play bumper cars. But the two more delicate ones were our passenger princesses because they didn't want to drive. They were our passenger princesses. Also, I got a huge bruise from the bumper car seatbelt. I'm not sure if it's still there, actually. I need to check. I got a huge bruise on my collarbone. I think it's gone, actually. I think it's actually gone. I got a huge bruise on my collarbone. And my friends were like, it looks like you had a rough night. I'm like, uh-huh? What? I'm like, it doesn't... It's like a line. And they're like, yeah, it looks like someone bit you. I'm like, no. What? It's like directly on your collarbone. It looks like someone bit you. I'm like, I feel like if someone bit you, it would be like 2 rows. But it was just like 1 line. Yeah. And then like the skin around it was also super red. Because not only did I get a bruise on my collarbone, I also got like rope burn or something because the seat belt. Because the bumper cars we were bumping really hard. Damn, Uruka, sounds like you had fun. Good for you. No. I don't think it looks like... I didn't even think it looked like anything sus until they said that. But like, even after they said that, I was like, I don't think it looks like that. But like, they have experience and I don't, so maybe I should trust them. But it was only like 1 line. I feel like if someone bit you, there would be 2, because like if someone bit you, it would be the top teeth and the bottom teeth, right? How would someone bite you with only 1 row of teeth? How would someone bite you with 1 row of teeth? That sounds weird. But yeah, I had a giant red bruise there. But it's gone now. It's gone now. Hey, Red Bear. I hope you had a great time on your trip. Thank you. It was a good time. It was a good time. It was just, I think we all have different interests in what we consider fun activities. But for the most part, we were mostly just yapping. You really want to know? I mean, like, scientifically, yes. I seek to understand how someone's gonna bite you that hard with only one row of teeth. Like, scientifically, how does that work? Especially on your collarbone. Like, someone in chat is saying you never bitten your arm with just your top row of teeth. That's different because you can fit your arm, like, in your mouth. You know what I mean? So you could just press it against it. You can't fit my, like, whole shoulder in your mouth. I don't know how you would do that. Did the husbands and boyfriends go too, or was it just a girls' trip? It was a girls' trip. But they FaceTimed their men. They FaceTimed their men almost every night. And I would just sit there. I would just sit there like, What am I supposed to do? Sometimes I don't think they even, like, had anything to say. Like, they would just say hi and then just say something. And one of them was like, okay, I think Uruka's bored now, so I'm gonna hang up. I'm like, okay, thanks. Thanks, I guess. Was the chair comfy? It was comfy. The pity hang up, yeah. But the thing is, like, even after she hang up, it's not like I really did anything. They just started talking to the other people's boyfriends. At one point, they were facing each other's phones towards each other so the boyfriends can talk to each other through the FaceTime. Like, what is happening here? What is going on? Why? Group conference. Yeah. You should have pulled out Urufu gang. I don't know what I would start a Twitter space. Hey guys, this is my 180,000 boyfriends. Maybe it was a sophisticated polycule of sorts. Dude. One of them could not stop ragging on me, dude. They were like, you dress like you look bisexual. What does that even mean? They were like, we look like a polycule. We look like a polycule. Like the secret lives of Mormon wives. Or something. I'm like, I don't even... Just because I'm the only one who didn't bring vacation clothes. Because the rest of them were wearing, like, pretty matching clothes. Like, vacation style clothes. I was just wearing my normal clothes. Which I feel like is fine. But they looked like they were matching. Apparently I look bisexual. But hey. It's not lesbian. Bisexual is a compliment though, means you attract everybody. I don't even know what it means to dress bisexual. What the hell does dressing bisexual mean? You upgraded? I mean, I guess we're moving towards the other direction. Like, maybe we're not all the way there, but we're moving towards the right direction. From lesbian to bisexual. How did you feel to be revealed to be the most socially adjusted of the group? It was freaking weird, dude. I didn't realize that I'm like the most conversational, but I guess that somewhat makes sense because I'm a streamer. But also I'm like, do you not need to like make conversation like at work? Like, how do you converse with people at work? Like, Like sometimes someone would talk to them and they would be like, they would just like stare at them blankly. I'm like, you're employed. I feel like conversation is a skill that you should have for work. So instead of les maxing, you're bi maxing. I guess so. I guess so. Some jobs don't require talking to your coworkers that often. I feel like they have jobs that require talking though. I feel like all of them have jobs that require talking. So it's confusing. But yeah, I think somehow I am the most conversational one of them. But again, I guess that makes sense because that's my like entire job. That's pretty much my entire job. But it was still a surprise. It was still a surprise. Did you call them chat? No. I feel like I don't even call you guys chat, so it doesn't really slip out. Like I rarely call you guys chat. I don't go, hey chat. And when I do, it's very intentional. I need a burp. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. I have a meal suggestion for you to test. Who will win, you or the meal of kielbasa, Polish sausage, sauerkraut, pickled cabbage, pierogies, I don't know how to pronounce it, pierogies, potato dumpling, cabbage roll stuffed with beef, onion, rice, tomato sauce. That sounds pretty good other than sauerkraut. Everything else sounds pretty good. I don't know how I feel about sauerkraut. I'm not sure if I've had sauerkraut before. Pierogies. I don't know how to pronounce it, guys. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't think I've had sauerkraut before. I'm not sure though. I might have and just not known. But the food was also... Another thing I realized is that apparently, okay, I thought Face Connect people didn't eat a lot of food, but no. My friends do not eat a lot at all. They like barely eat. It was so confusing. I'm like, how am I eating the most here? How am I the one eating the most here? Like, I don't get it, but hey, I'm gonna shamelessly order as much as I want. It's all inclusive, I might as well. Women tend to not eat much. I know that, but like, I usually don't eat that much. But somehow, I think I was eating the most. But I eat healthy foods. I eat healthy foods. There's one of them who is a very unhealthy eater. Like I didn't realize that I was the one who ate the most. But I do eat very healthy though. I do eat very healthy. I'm also the fittest as well. So maybe that has to do with my food intake. I am the fittest one. Both in terms of strength and stamina. Are you the tallest? That may be why you eat the most. I am the tallest, yeah. I am the tallest. Actually, we were standing in line for something one day, and I saw a couple of them look at me. And they were like, how tall are you? And I was like, blah, blah, blah. I told them my height. And then they looked at each other, and then they looked back at me. And they were like, That's how tall our boyfriends are. But why do you seem so much taller? And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Either they lied or I don't know what to tell you. I do think it is a thing that if a girl and a guy are the same height, the girl does seem taller though. Just because of proportion, like proportionally. I think that's usually the case. Congratulations on your first IRL hype mog. It wasn't my first IRL hype mog though. I remember I tweeted about this like a couple years ago. I was at a grocery store. And like I walked past like, I don't know if they were a couple, but there was a guy and a girl and they seemed like they were like on a date or something, like getting to know each other. I don't know why they were at a grocery store getting to know each other, but they were. And I was kind of like just in their vicinity doing my groceries, shopping. And then the girl was like, "How tall are you?" And the guy was like, "Oh, I'm 5'11". And I walked past them. I was like, "You are not 5." I did not say it out loud, but I was like, "You are not 5'11", dude. Like, I'm taller than you." You are not 5'11". But the girl was short, so I think he thought he could get away with it, probably. The girl was short, so he was probably like, "Yeah, I can like add a few inches." So you thought. I didn't say anything though. I didn't say anything, but in my head, I was laughing. In my head, I was laughing. Every man from 5'7" to 5'10" is actually 5'11". I think he was probably 5'7". I think he was around 5'7". I think 4 inches is a little too much to inflate yourself, I think. Especially if you're literally like in person already. But I think the girl was like 5. The girl was probably like 5'1". So I don't know, maybe he was like, maybe she won't notice or something. Lamau, I'm 6'2" and my brother's like 5'9", and there's a clear and obvious difference. Yeah, there is a clear and obvious difference. But I think maybe if you're very short, it's maybe harder to tell. I don't know. Tallest, bisexual, and the most conversationalist. No wonder Uruka was the representative of the group. How was it to be called beautiful of the group? I wouldn't call myself representative. I actually feel very ugly in their vicinity. What is going on? I actually feel very ugly in their vicinity. But yeah, it was this has never happened to me before, by the way. I was so caught off guard. Weren't you the one who got hit on? Yeah. But I was very confused. Like I didn't even understand. Cause I like in my brain is just not a possibility that could have happened. I was so confused. I would just walk in my like we were making our way, the whole group, we were making our way to like, I don't remember, but we were going somewhere. And then there was a group of guys, like we passed by a group of guys, like we were going one direction, they were going the opposite direction. And then when we passed by, one of them was like, like I did not understand. I did not understand what he was saying. And I was like, sorry, what? And he goes, I did not understand at all. So I was like, sorry, what? He made noises like that? No, like he was clearly saying something, but I couldn't understand. I could not understand what he was saying. I think I said, sorry, what? About like 3 times until I realized he was saying, excuse me, I think you're really beautiful. And then at that moment, I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't know. I was so confused. I didn't know how to respond. Like just like, I've never been stopped in the street before. I don't think I've ever been stopped in the street before to be complimented. Uruka's the fat one. Excuse me, I am the skinniest one. Excuse me, I am the skinniest one out of the group. None of them are fat, but I'll have you know that I am the skinniest one. Miss Uruka, ugly? Ha! Lies. Lies and slander. Everyone knows she's the most beautiful blue bear on this planet. Thank you. I'm just not used to that. Like, people don't compliment me. People don't compliment me, so I was very confused. I short-circuited. I genuinely thought he was asking for directions or something. Thought he was asking for directions, because I was like, there are other people in this group that you could talk to. Like, I feel like they are better looking than I am. Why is this directed to me? But yeah, it was yeah, so take a left down that way. Yeah, so I was just like, oh, thank you. Thank you. And he was like, can I have your number? And I was like, what? Because I thought he was asking for directions again. Like, sorry, what? He's like, can I have your number? I was like, sorry, what? It's happened 3 times. And then when I finally realized what he was saying, I was like, I'm sorry. I did not give him my number. I did not give him my number. I was like, what did I was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not, yeah. He was very polite though. He was very polite. Didn't that happen at a bookstore? No, it wasn't a bookstore. It was not a bookstore. The worst thing she could say is no. I think I was very polite about it. I didn't say anything rude. I just couldn't hear him. Hey, I'm a little lost. I was wondering if I could get some directions to your heart. I think if someone said... I feel like if someone said that to me in real life, I would laugh. Like, if I was caught off guard and someone said that to me in real life, I would not be able to stop myself from laughing. Bear has a low pool rate. Yeah, dude. Okay, first of all, I really I don't go outside. Second of all, people don't approach me. People don't approach me. I don't think anyone has asked for my number before, ever. Couple times someone's asked for my Instagram, but like... that doesn't count. Miss Uruka, did you get any souvenirs on your trip? I didn't get any like physical souvenirs. But I brought like a little notebook, and I wanted to like exposure therapy myself to just like be better at talking. So I brought a little notebook, and I asked like a few people that we interacted with to just like write a little note inside. I don't know if it was like inconveniencing them, but like I was like, it could be literally anything, like even just one word. But then they ended up like stressing about it, and they were like, oh, I don't know what to write. I have to like think. I'm like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. So I got a few little notes from people. I don't think I bought any souvenirs. I think that counts. What, Instagram? Well, I can only think of a couple times, and one of the times I was with my other friend, and I think they actually wanted my other friend's contact, but they just didn't want to be rude, so they asked for mine too. It's all... I think that is my theory. And then the other time that happened, I think I actually told you guys about this. It was like 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. It was when I was still living in my dorm, and there was this guy that was just like standing out there. I saw him from like 50 feet away. He was just standing around in front of the dorm building. And when I got there, he was like, hello, but I don't assume people are talking to me, so I just kept walking. And then he was like, can I talk to you? I'm like, what? Huh? And like, okay, mind you, this was both like around 4 or 5 years ago. Which means that I dressed really badly, and also my conversation skills were much worse than they are now. So he just tried talking to me, just asked me about like just random things about me, made conversation, and then asked for my Instagram. And I was confused because he was like, yeah, I don't go to this school. I'm from a different school, but I'm visiting a friend. I'm like, if you're visiting a friend and you don't go to this school, why are you just loitering outside of the dorm building? Like, what? That's kind of weird. And also, he was like he was wearing a button-down plaid shirt with like slacks. Which is, in my head, in a situation like this, it makes me think that you are Mormon. So, because there's not Mormon, or like, you know those like religious people who go around and they have like name tags, and they try to talk to you, and they try to get you to like join their religion, and they wear like Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, Because there's a lot of those on our campus. There's a lot of those on our campus that they try to talk to you, and it's like really, for the girls, it's very easy to spot because they dress, like the way that they dress is very different from students. Like they dress in like long, like flower dresses, and they have like the name tags. But this guy didn't have a name tag, but the plaid was kind of giving Jehovah's Witness. But they usually come in pairs, so I was like, maybe he's just like socially awkward. I think he might have just been socially awkward, but I was like, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Are you saying that because you've been watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? No, there's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses on our campus. Like, they usually come in pairs, they're usually girls, and they usually approach you. Okay, I say you, but you're more likely to be approached if you look like if you're not with other people. Which I was mostly alone. You're more likely to be approached if you're alone, and if you look slightly depressed, and if you look like not conventionally like a student vibe student, which I guess I wasn't. So they usually come up to you and they ask you something like completely unrelated to religion. Like they'll be like, hey, what's something that made you smile today? And then if you answer something, I'll be like, oh, I don't know, like the sunlight. And then after you answer, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's like that's amazing, blah 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 blah. We like to be like blah 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 in the church and Jesus. But I don't know what they say, but they ask you something unrelated first, and then they'll segue into it after you respond, because it's like once you respond, you're like in the conversation already, so it's harder to walk away. But I just walked away because I know what you are. The foot in the door tactic, yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I've been approached a good amount of times. Probably because I look alone and sad. Even if I wasn't. But yeah. Back to the trip though. Low key, I was like really anxious. Not because of them. Like it was really fun to catch up and just hang out. But also, like, I think our separate lives are like quite different now. And low key, like, two of them really like taking pictures. And I, for one, am very, very anxious about picture taking and my physical appearance and stuff. Which is, never a concern when we take trips for phase stuff, because everyone's very conscious about like pictures and things. No one's ever trying to take pictures. So it doesn't make me, that's not a problem at all. But I forgot that normal girls like to take pictures of themselves. So they're constantly taking pictures. And it made me very anxious. My face card does not mog that hard. Or if I wanted to, it takes a really long time to get the it takes a really long time to look okay in pictures. I hate getting my picture taken. Yeah, I really hate getting my picture taken. You have a good camera to use too. Yeah, I was kind of being like the photographer boyfriend. I was taking pictures of them. Photographer boyfriend, creepy pasta ghost photos. Yeah, man, like they would take pictures and they would be like, you look like the ghost that's haunting the friend group. I'm like, well, I can't help it. They were like, can we Photoshop some color into your face? Like, yeah, go ahead, dude. Go ahead. But also, you know what's kind of diabolical? All of them use iPhone. I use Samsung. But when it was time that everyone wanted to take like beach pictures, we were getting to like photographer mode. And like they were like, the lighting is like not good. The lighting's not good. And one of my friends was like, why don't we use Uruka's phone? Because like her camera's pretty good. And then one of the other friends is like she does not like using anything other than Apple. She's like a huge like Apple person. And she was like, no, I want to use iPhone. And I was like, okay, but the lighting looks better on my phone. And she was just like, I like iPhone. And I'm like, okay, but that doesn't change the fact that my camera lighting looks better. But then I took some sample pictures with my phone. And then the rest of them looked at it and they were like, yeah, we're using Uruka's phone. They didn't even want to consider using my phone until they saw the sample photos, and then I lost possession of my phone. So yeah, got some photos taken. We're gonna ask what kind of phone you use. I have a Samsung Galaxy S23. Your phone? No, our phone. Yeah. Yeah, our phone. But the photos turned out good. I think I just don't really like my face. I hate seeing my face. But the photos turned out good. What else? What else? I feel like there's stuff that happened, I just can't think about it. Maybe you need exposure therapy for your face. I don't know. I think like any amount of exposure. I think I'm like behind in terms of confidence, I guess. Like, I feel like girls usually become more confident appearance-wise in like late high school and college. I think I'm just behind. Or I just hate my face. That's a possibility too. I possibly just hate my face. But yeah, but the other ones were taking a lot of selfies, and I mean like deserved, because their faces look better than mine. Bear hugs for the bear. Thank you. Oh. From fat ugly bastard. Okay. Thanks. I don't. Okay, thanks. Thank you. I'm legitimately nervous for the meet and greet with you. Don't be nervous, Anonymous. Don't be nervous. You'll be fine. You'll be perfectly fine. I just talk about Satan and they leave. I don't want to be that rude though. Like, they're kind. They're just trying to recruit you into a borderline cult. Rando guy, what's your number? Bluebear67. Nah, I don't want to troll them. Like, it probably took a lot of courage to say anything in the first place, and I already felt bad enough. I already felt bad enough that I could not understand what he was saying. I was trying to be as polite as possible. Cause he was respectful. Learn how to use makeup, it's black magic. You say that like I don't already. You say that like I don't already. Like I've already gone up like 5 steps from where I used to be. Like I hate my face a lot less than I did before. But I still do. I still hate my appearance. What was I gonna say? Uruka, you've done putting on makeup streams. I think there's only been one. And it also took a hella long time because I was chatting with you guys at the same time. Something about being respectful to the Jehovah Witness people. Oh no. Well, that too, but afterwards I was talking about the guy that complimented me. Oh my god, my brain. I ate prime rib and I had ice cream every night. This is what confuses me, is that I was eating the most out of everyone. I was eating so much every night. The thing is, if we ate breakfast, we didn't eat lunch, and if we ate lunch, we didn't eat breakfast. So it's not like we were eating all 3 meals, but I did eat a lot. I did eat a lot at nighttime. But when I came back, I was actually lighter. I was actually lighter than I was when I left, which is confusing. Probably because I was walking around more. Miss Uruka, can we hear about HBG learning name story? There's not much of a story about it. I picked her up and then we were just talking and she was asking about my work and stuff and we were just chatting and I was like, oh yeah, my audience came up with a nickname for you, and she was like, oh really? And I was like, yeah, they call you Dr. Horseballs. And she was like, I'll take it. She just laughed and said, I'll take it, I guess. And that actually followed with another story. Because she's still in vet school. She started telling me about some of the work they were doing. I don't know if it was recent, but she was telling me about they had to, what do you call it? They had to what's the word? They had to make cows pee. They had to make cows pee, not dissect, no. Although she did dissect. She did say she dissected a horse, but she was telling me about they had to make cows pee. and induce urination. Yeah, that's the word. That's the word. They have to induce urination. And the way to do that is by rubbing their genitals. So yeah, here she is just casually telling me that she had to rub cow genitals to make them pee. For class. You sure that's pee? Yeah. Cows are female. There's no semen. The way to induce urination for a cow is to rub their genitals. But you have to do it like a specific way. Bull is the male one, yeah. They collect semen as well from bulls. People paying money to go to school to make a cow urinate. Well, I mean, it's vet school. So yeah. Apparently they have to learn how to treat every animal. Like every species of animal. Like even if you just want to be like a cats and dogs vet, you have to, when you go to vet school, you have to learn how to treat every single like species. Other than humans. Just the common ones. Well, they do like exotic ones too, like snakes and lizards and stuff. I don't know if that's common. Like fish, yeah, fish, birds, farm animals. Those aren't really that exotic. Well, she said it was exotic. Apparently the unit is called exotic animals. So I guess in terms of vet terms, they are exotic. Most people don't just have reptiles. That's as far as I've been told. So yeah, vet school sounds interesting. Apparently, one of her classmates, like, so when you're rubbing the cow, you have to like rub it enough so that it induces the urination for the cow. But once you rub it enough, you have to move, otherwise they'll pee on you. And apparently, there was one guy who was really scared of getting peed on, so they kept like rubbing it and then just stopping, and then rubbing it and just stopping. And they were like, "Why are you edging the cow?" And he was like, "Fine, I'll stop edging the cow." So he went all the way, and then the cow diarrhea shat on him. So, that was interesting to hear about as well. And then what else? There's not really that much else that I can think of from Horseballs Girl. Mostly just that. Just a heads up, Miss Uruka, that doesn't work the same way with humans. What? Inducing urination? How do you know? Are you sure? Have you tried? How about Kit Kat friend? Kit Kat friend graduated law school. So yeah, she's studying for the bar now. She's studying for the bar now. She doesn't really have any interesting stories, because like what kind of interesting stories would you have? What kind of interesting stories would you have? What else? My other friend, the one that's super into Final Fantasy. I think like all the stories she has are from Final Fantasy, which I don't think you guys are that interested in. Was she asking more about Miss Leah? She did she mentioned her a few times, just like offhandedly. But she was just like, yeah, you should ask Leah about blah 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 because she'll probably know about this. Although there were some things that I was like, I'm not asking. There was one, she was like, oh yeah, there's like a plugin that people use with like sex toys to play Final Fantasy. I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, you should ask Leah about it. I'm like, I'm not asking Leah, dude. Leah's gonna fucking block me. I'm not asking that. Hello? First of all, I don't want to know. Second of all, even if I did, I don't think I'm gonna ask Leah. Apparently, there's a Final Fantasy like plugin that works with Lovense, and like it vibrates with the like game sound effects or something. I don't know. That's just what she told me. Kit Kat friend's a little freak. No, this is not Kit Kat friend. This is a different friend. The Final Fantasy friend is different from Kit Kat friend. But yeah, I mean, I already know from Leah that there's some freaky people in Final Fantasy. I didn't realize how freaky it got. But I knew there were freaky people. You do know that Leah has brought it up multiple times, right? Because Leah won't shut up about it. Do you mean Final Fantasy or the Lovense plugin? Both? Okay. Yeah. Like my friend told me to ask Leah about it. I was like, I don't think I will. I don't think I will. I'm okay. But yeah, most of Final Fantasy friends' stories are from Final Fantasy. Unsurprisingly. She keeps telling me she was like, you should play Final Fantasy. There's a lot of guys on Final Fantasy. You can meet someone. I'm like, I am not meeting. I refuse. I am not going to Final Fantasy date someone. Not happening. Not happening. But she met her guy on Final Fantasy, which is why she says yeah, man. No, they keep trying to like set me up with people. Like sometimes like there would be just like every now and then, like whenever an Asian guy walked past us, they would be like, and I'd be like, what? And what of it? I need them to stop. I need them to stop. I need them to stop. I'm learning so much this stream, unfortunately. Unfortunately. They're acting like you're trying clothes or something. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're just I don't know. They like talking about, they just like talking about like romance and stuff. And I think, I'm not sure if they actually want me to find someone because they want me to find someone, or just because for their entertainment. Because they like talking about like romance and stuff. Also, like, they're like way future planning already, dude. More than once on this trip, they'd be talking about like engagement and marriage, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, I am not in a position to be thinking about that right now. They're like, when do you think you wanna get engaged? When do you think you wanna get married? And one of them was like, I wanna get engaged like next year. I'm like, next year? Hello? Hasn't even crossed my mind. What do you mean next year? What the? How long have they been dating their partner? Like 2 years. But yeah, to be fair, she was like, I wanna get engaged next year, but I don't wanna get married for a while. That's what she said. But it was just the fact that we were having this conversation. It was just the fact that we were having this conversation was shocking to me. I'm like, are we really getting to that stage right now? Are we really getting to that stage right now? Like, oh my god. Oh my god. It has not crossed my mind. You're adult Uruka. I didn't realize. I didn't realize. I didn't realize we're adults. In my head, we're still like, the last time we really hung out together was in high school. So it's just weird. It's just weird to be thinking about, you know? But I'm the only one. I'm the only one that doesn't, that hasn't thought about that. Mainly because I'm not interested at this point. But also I'm like, should I be interested? Should I be interested? I don't know what's happening. But are any of them in a good place career-wise where they can really think about this type of stuff? Yeah. Have I not told you guys before? They're all very like, they're very girl boss, all of them. I remember I'm pretty sure I told you guys about them before. And like, I don't know, people just don't believe me when I say it. People just don't believe me. Cause I remember telling you guys about this in relation to something else that I've said that people got really mad at me about. And I was like, I'm just basing this off of my friends who are girls. And then everyone was like, oh, so you're basing it off of your female friends. Yeah, like they all have unrealistic expectations. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not basing it off of their expectations. I'm basing it off of their actual salaries. like their own salaries. Not that of their partner or whatever. Like, people are so quick to jump on me about that. I'm like, well, I mean, yeah. But yeah, they're doing good. They're doing fine. They... One of them has already been working for a long time. Well, not a long time, but a few years. The lawyer one wants to solidify her career before marriage, but that's why she said she wants to get engaged first and not marry until a few years later. Especially in any major city, it's no surprise the numbers are higher. Yeah. Like... I know it's a mistake to bring this topic back up again, but it's... it's real. Some of the things people were saying were really freaking funny, dude. Like... I remember someone was like, "You're looking for the son of a tycoon." And I'm like, okay, well... apparently the son of a tycoon can't afford to live in a studio apartment here. Like, go on. That's how high the living expenses are. Like, it's considered low, I swear. Why would any lawyer want to get married? Because she's marrying another lawyer. 50 Shades of Blue. Real. I don't know why you said that, but real. You're looking for the son of a typhoon. A typhoon. Oof, power couple. Yeah. Yeah. They are, I feel like all of them are pretty power couple-y. Like, they're all girl bosses. And their guys are, like, at least equal to them. So yeah, a lot of talk of marriage and engagement and stuff. And me sitting there like, haha. You just need to find your power streamer. I would rather die. I would rather die. I don't... Hell no, dude. Hell no. Hell no, bro. I refuse. I refuse, dude. If I... Look, number one, I'm not interested. I'm not really interested in anyone. Number two, if I was, I would never get involved. I would never get involved with a content creator. Ugh. That sounds like the worst idea. That sounds like the absolute worst idea. I'm shivering. I have chills just thinking about it. But you're a content creator? Exactly. 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 That's yeah, exactly. I couldn't. Especially Uruka knows what they're like. Yeah. Content creator, especially not a VTuber. Definitely not a VTuber. I would rather die. Unironically, I would rather die. Praying Uruka finds her typhoon. Thank you. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, we're getting to the we're death. Put me in the chair, the electric one. We're getting to the point that like our peers from high school are starting to get married and this, like engaged and married, and it's so strange. It's so strange to think we're at this point in life because I'm like, no, I'm not. No, we're not. Well, they are. I'm not. No, we're not. What do you mean you're getting engaged? What do you mean you're getting married? No, you're not. Stop it. Stop right now. Are any of them married? Can we marry them? We Urugang are single. None of them are married, but none of them are single. None are married, but none are single. Don Lewis, thanks for member. Thanks for member. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Uruka, you're the same age. I know I'm the same age, dude. I know. But it just doesn't feel... Like, I feel like I'm just not interested. I feel like I just have a lot of things to think about, or like I already have a lot of things to think about already. Like, it seems like I'm out of work. They are not the same age, spiritually at least. I mean, okay, in this kind of thing, I feel like obviously they have more experience, but just in general, like life-wise, I feel like I've become more well-rounded just because I've had so many like interactions with so many different types of people, whereas like they have stayed more like bubbled in their spheres, I guess. So in that sense, I think I am more well-rounded. But yeah, I don't know. In terms of romance, not my strong suit. Oh god, you're that live, laugh, love friend that always single and travels everywhere. I'm not live, laugh, love. How do I explain it? It's just like we grew up in a bubble. And I think I just have a lot more experience like interacting with different types of people of different backgrounds. And, you know, that kind of thing. Whereas they are still somewhat in the bubble. Because the environment is different, you know? Live, laugh, labia. What the fuck? Where did that come from? Uruka is only interested in drivers, stuntmen, detectives, and astrobiologists. Where did that come from? Is that a Ryan Gosling reference? Dude, speaking of Ryan Gosling, there was a guy at the resort area, dude. Okay, so like when we went to dinner, because it's all inclusive, right? We went to dinner and we always had the same table, and like most people keep the same table. There was one guy at the table over that looks really similar to Ryan Gosling. I thought he looked. 3 of us thought he looked like Ryan Gosling. One of them didn't, but he looked just like Ryan Gosling. It was weird. It wasn't Ryan Gosling, but he looked like Ryan Gosling. Max Power, thank you for the super. It was not Ryan Gosling. Was you drooling over that guy? No, I don't thirst over Ryan Gosling, dude. I just think he's a chill guy. I don't thirst over Ryan Gosling. I just thought it was funny that there's a guy that looks very similar to him. But yeah, it definitely was not him. He didn't look that similar to him. He just looked close enough to see the resemblance. Was it a resort? Yeah, it was like a kind of resort area. We just needed a place to like chill and yap and hang. It was very affordable. which is actually why we chose it, because Dr. Horseballs is still in school. Sandals Resort, dude, I really do not like beaches and stuff, because like people's dogs are out. People's dogs are just out, dude. Always. They're just out. It's so gross. It's so gross. Oh, I had the worst time, but it's fine. I just ignored the dogs. Speaking of Gosling, have you seen Project Hail Mary? That was 1000% hope core to me, like the new Superman movie was. I haven't, but they've been telling me, people have been telling me to watch it. I haven't watched it. People been telling me to watch it though. Did you wear sandals or you have beater shoes? I just brought my normal shoes. I just made sure not to step anywhere that was like muddy, and they're fine. I made sure not to step anywhere that looked gross. Don't not like the beach. Is it because everyone has their feet out? It's a combination of a lot of things. I think sand is gross. I think feet are gross. I think the wet sand is gross, and the ocean water is gross. And it's just gross in general. Literally me. Thanks, Ryan Gosling. Thank you. Thank you for the literally me. It's not literally you, but I'll let you pretend it is. But I took some pictures that turned out really well. I was the photographer boyfriend. I was taking aesthetic pictures of everyone else. Don't take Uruka to the beach. Well, okay, like, I enjoy the vibes of the beach. And I enjoy sitting around the beach area. I prefer if there's like a boardwalk or like pavement or something. I don't like the sand. Or if I can just like, if there's like chairs, lawn chairs or towels or something, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I do think it's nice to sit out in the sun once in a while. But in general, I don't like being on the beach. As long as I'm not touching the sand and water, it's okay. Avoid island vacation spots. No, but like I like it. I just don't like touching it. Did you have a few drinks and dance on one of the nights? No, I didn't drink at all. I did not drink at all. I don't think anyone drank. Yeah, no one drank any alcohol. We did go to there was like a There was supposed to be like a kind of like club thing some nights, and we wanted to check it out. We wanted to check out the club, or I say we, it was mostly just 2 people. Wanted to check out the club. I've never been clubbing before, but I was like, I'll come along. And we showed up, and it was all like old people. And we were so confused. Like the average age was probably like 60 to 70, and we were like, what the hell? And then the music started, and we're like, oh. Okay. It turns out we got the time wrong. We showed up for the 70s party. It was the 70s club. So that was cool, but like low key, I think I know more songs from the 70s than from actual like modern club because of my dad. So we pulled up with the old people, and we actually stayed. We actually did. We kind of clubbed to the older people music. Yeah, low key, it was actually kind of awesome. It was actually kind of awesome. And then the actual club was after that, but it was so awful. Like it was so much worse than the 70s one. Like there was no hype man. The DJ was bad. Didn't know any of the songs. So we left. We left for the actual club. No 90s club music. I think they did put some 90s, but it was like mostly 70s, 80s. It was awesome. I wouldn't say I was particularly clubbing, but it was a good time. What era songs did they play? Mostly disco. Staying alive, staying alive. Ah, 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 staying alive. And like, village people in the Navy. Sail across the 7 seas in the Navy. Michael Jackson. Can't think of anything. How's your social battery faring after the trip? Oh, it's bad. It's bad. It was actually bad even before the trip ended. I have learned that I get very irritated when I don't have my own space. I was trying not to be irritated because like it's not their fault. I was trying very hard not to be irritated, but I was getting irritated because like we had 2 rooms, but the rooms were like connected, so we were just basically in one big room. And we were just together 24/7 with like, I don't know, I need alone time. I need alone time, otherwise I start getting very irritated. I really do need my own space, no matter how much I like anyone. Yeah. Otherwise I get irritated. It also depends on like the person as well. Because there's a couple, like with Leah, when I room with Leah, like even if we are together all the time, like there are points that we're just having our alone time, like parallel to each other. So I feel like I don't really get drained depending on the person. Obviously I still do need some alone time, but if it's just a short time, it's fine. But this was a short trip, and I was already feeling very drained. Also, I am so irritable in the morning. Like, when we go on like phase trips and stuff, like we don't talk to each other. We pretty much don't talk to each other at all. When we wake up in the morning, we just get up, we get ready, and then we kind of just don't talk until we have to leave or something. But like, again, this is nothing against them. Again, this is nothing against them. It's just different. We have very different living styles. And I get very irritated in the morning if you try to talk to me. So like, waking up every day, like, and people immediately trying to talk to me, I'm like, don't stop right now. I can't. It's too early for this. But once the day actually starts, then I am sociable. Once the day actually starts, I am happy to talk to you. It's just like, why are you talking to me the moment I wake up? I'm not even fully awake yet. Like, yeah, just like a living habits thing. And then like, some people just don't have any silence in their life. You know, there's some people who just cannot live in silence. Like, if there is silence, they have to put on like a music or like a video or something. One of them does that, and I cannot live. Like, if it's a short trip, it's okay, but like, if I have to live, with someone who does, I cannot. Like, I woke up 5 minutes ago. Why am I hearing some random story time about drama that I don't care about? But yeah, it was very fun afterwards. After I was able to wake up and actually socialize. Yeah. I need my silence. I already told you guys, like, I need my silence. There's a reason why I don't listen to a lot of music, is because I very much need my silence. Gotta have your me time away from the other person. Kind of. Yeah, it's a me problem though. It's 100% a me problem. People just have different, like, lifestyle habits, you know? People just have different lifestyle habits. And, it really doesn't matter how much I like you. Like, I cannot talk to you in the morning. Wakes up. Well, it's time to watch TikTok drama. He's literally... Yeah. You're just built like that, methinks. I am just built like that. Yeah. I think, like, some people are also just not used to, like, living with other people. And they might not notice how their habits are affecting others. Like, it's fine for a short trip though. I'm just happy I got to hang out with them. I'm glad we got to hang out. We were supposed to have a trip like 6 years ago, and then it just like never happened because none of our schedules aligned after the COVID stuff. Welcome back, Uruga. The busy season is coming to my job, so I have to be up earlier and thus will have to miss the violin streams for a bit till this over. No problem. Good luck with your job. Good luck with your job. Another thing is I'm pushing up violin karaoke's an hour early. It will I'm not sure if I'll keep it like this, but I'm just gonna try it for now. It'll start at 9:30 p.m. now. Because apparently I am old and I cannot keep up the schedule anymore. I'm like way too tired at that point. I just can't keep up. So I'm gonna try starting at 9:30. I'm gonna try starting at 9:30 p.m. So it'll be a little earlier. Want to stop and hello and good night. Oh, what are you stopping? Today's my 33rd birthday. Old enough to know the dial-up world and young enough to witness tech too fancy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear, the last pouring. Happy birthday to you. Welcome and happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Your unk 33. Yeah, 33 is not that unk, is it? Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. It's fine. 33 is not that old. He's your peer. He's not my peer, dude. He is not my peer. You think I'm 33? Get this guy to the Bee Gees club. Bee Gees. You're only saying that since you're approaching late 20s. Actually, no comment. No, I've been saying this, dude. I've been saying I don't think people in their 30s are old. I've been saying this. I've been saying it. But yeah, I've never used dial-up before. Like, I knew it was a thing, I just never used it before, so I didn't realize that you literally plug it into the phone thing. Haha, 30 is the new 20 and all that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think 30s is that old. In fact, I don't think it's old at all. That reminds me, when we were in Japan in April, like I'm not gonna say who it is, but like I was hanging out with someone. And I forgot why it came up. But I was like, oh, there was a reason why I asked. I didn't just ask out of the blue, but I was like, oh, what year were you born? And she told me, and I literally choked. I was like, but right after I was like, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to react like that. I was just shocked. I feel bad. I really did not mean to react like that. Unfortunately I did. So yeah, boy, just turned 36. Feels like there's so much still to learn. 36 is still young. You're still young and spry. There's a lot in life to explore. There's never anything that is too late for you to start learning. It wasn't Sheena. It was not Sheena. Uruka thinks anything before 1995 is old. No, man. I don't think you're old. I don't think you're old if you're in your 30s, okay? I don't think you're old if you're in your 30s. Even in your 40s, I feel like you're still considered young. There's nothing that you're only old if you think you're too old. It's a mindset thing, okay? It's a mindset thing. You're only old if you think you are. But yeah, it actually in my group of friends, I'm like the second oldest. So I'm used to being called old. Only by a few months though, so kind of diabolical. The younger non-single ones looking at the single older Uruka. I mean, it's not like I'm single because I'm like unwanted or anything. It's just because I am not interested. I don't need their pity. I don't need their pity. Yeah, same. Lies. I know it's kind of cope, but yeah, it's not. I don't think it's cope. It's not cope. Strong, independent bear who need no pity except food. Yeah, I like food. I like food. I ate a lot of you know what's awful about coming back? Like, when I was on vacation, every night there would be a starter course, entree, dessert. But now I have to make my own food and I don't even have dessert. Isn't that awful? I don't even have dessert. No evening snacks. Wait, Ms. Uruka, if it's a mindset thing, does that make me old or young? Because I've been told I'm a kid at heart, but wise as an elder. I feel like even if it's not a mindset thing, you're young, right? You're not like even physically, age-wise, you're not even that old. I feel like you could be considered young. I think you could be considered young. Her relationship with her fridge. I have a love-hate relationship with my fridge because sometimes it gives me really good stuff and sometimes it doesn't have anything for me, and I think that's really toxic. But sometimes it makes me feel really, really good. I don't remember what dessert is. I haven't had ice cream for 3 years and counting. Count your blessings, Bear. Yes, it's by choice, partially. I usually don't. I'm not a huge, like, I don't usually buy desserts. But if I'm like traveling, I like eating desserts. I have a sweet tooth. I like desserts. I try not to eat too unhealthy stuff though. Like, I don't. Everything in moderation. I eat a little bit. I try not to eat too many unhealthy things. I told you guys, I have one friend who eats like very unhealthy. She was eating like 4 ice cream cones a day. And she had like boba for breakfast. I'm like, dude, that is not, that's not breakfast. The fridge love bombs when it's full. So true, so true. You should break up with your fridge. You can do better. It's complicated. It's complicated because we have good times. So, sometimes it's tough, but we have good times. But maybe it's time for me to move on. Fridgewationship. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it tries its best to take care of me, and sometimes it doesn't succeed. And sometimes it makes me feel really unwanted. But you know, sometimes I think, you know what, maybe that's my fault. That I haven't been showing my fridge enough care. And it's retaliating. Welcome home, Blue Bear. Hope you had a great break. Thank you. Thank you. The Chad deep freezer over the Virgin fridge. Well, the fridge has a freezer too. Does that count? There are diets that work by eating ice cream. Yeah, I mean, like, not every diet is just not eating stuff. There are some diets that are just not eating a specific thing. And then you can eat a little bit of, like, other stuff. Fridge, Uruka, microwave, the ultimate love triangle. Nah, the fridge definitely has a leg up on the microwave. The microwave is like my side piece, you know? The microwave is my mistress. Clickbait drama tubers will see this moment and be like, the Uruka fridge situation is crazy. It is kind of crazy though. It is. What about your toaster? The toaster is my other side piece. I think my whole kitchen is just my harem. The fridge is the main, but the rest of the kitchen is my harem. Air fryer gonna pull up into this polycule, yeah. And the stove. And my instant pot. I'm getting very sleepy. It's not even 10, what the heck? It's not even 10. This is sounding like a new anime plot. Somewhere out there, there's probably some kind of anime or doujin or whatever that has a very similar plot. I didn't want to be the one to tell you, but your fridge has been seeing other bears behind your back. I saw it sharing snacks with that turd burglar Yogi Bear the other day. I'm sorry, but you need to dump that fridge. It's hard to dump the fridge at this point. Like, I'm just used to fridge being there for me. I'm used to fridge being there, you know? The kitchen would feel so empty without fridge there. Also, fridge is heavy. Gotta stay together for the kids. Who are the kids, though? Oh god. If a human and a fridge come together... Not like that. Not like that, but like if a fridge and a human are in a relationship and they want to make a child, is the child the food baby? Is the child the food baby? Uruka, can I introduce you to my cute friend Air Fryer? He's pretty convenient and versatile. Oh, I already have an air fryer in my polycule. I don't need him. She treats her kitchen appliances like they're utensils. Are they not supposed to be? Are they not supposed to be? Sometimes when Fridge gets a little freaky, I whack him with them. Fridge likes to get a little freaky sometimes. Suddenly the spitzicle makes way more sense. I was putting a tube of spit in my fridge. My fridge boyfriend. Oh. Uh-huh. Only way I could see a fridge coming is like the water dispenser randomly squirting. Okay. I wasn't even thinking about that. I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh yeah, Fridge-kun. Fridge-kun is so easy to tease. I just have to push a button and he squirts all over. Maybe it's a good thing you don't have a BM. Why? Why? You know, I expect if I have a guy and I have access to his balls, can I not just, like a fridge water dispenser, can I just not squeeze the balls for the liquid to come out? Is that not how it works? Like when you're decorating a cake, you know, with the piping bag, the cake decoration. I think you've been alone for too long, Uruka. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. What happened to you on your trip? Nothing. We're using analogies, right? You were using analogies, right? Imagine the experiments she would carry out on you. Yeah, I'm not interested in like romance stuff at this point in time, but I'm like, if I could just like, for the sake of science, like if I could just fiddle around with just for science, you know, just for the sake of science, just to see how things work. For educational purposes, I just have there's experiments that I want to run. There are things that I am curious about the physics of, not involving me at all, but just the PP and balls. Bro, what do you mean, bro? Are you saying that you're not curious? Are you saying that you're not curious about female anatomy? Aside from what you usually think about? I think it's interesting. I actually think it's kind of interesting. I volunteer as tribute. I'm not taking volunteers. I'm not taking volunteers. This is one of those things that it's like I say it, but I have no intention of carrying out. Are you really more say-so than Shinon? Yeah. Why would you even question that? Guys, something's wrong with my Oshi. Why is she so scary and weird after a hiatus? First of all, what? Not a hiatus. Second of all, I'm not scary or weird. I don't think it's scary or weird to be curious about human anatomy. Say so bear, she says. I'm say so. What is not say so about science? What is not say so about science? Dr. Bear balls. No, I don't have balls. I do not have balls. Which is why I want to run my experiments. Because I don't have them. You almost used a Marin plush for experiments. Well, Marin doesn't have balls either, so that wouldn't work. There's being curious and there's being sadistic. I'm not sadistic. Sadistic. I'm not sadistic. I'm just curious. I'm not trying to cause pain. Salute for whoever is Miss Uruka's first test subject. Oh, it's not happening like it. I'm not actually going to. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes you think of some fuck-ass ideas in your head that you have no intention of carrying out ever, but it's funny to entertain in your head. Yes, it shrinks when cold. No, we don't tuck it when we do sport. And yes, we stack donuts on it with our gym bros. Ew. It's gonna get sticky. Ew. Gross. Ew. Ugh. Nasty. What do you mean you stack donuts? Ew. It's getting all sticky. And y'all probably don't shave either. It's gonna get all over. Ew. Ugh. Gross. Okay, that's actually nasty. Ew. Gross. So if you're not taking willing volunteers, I am then to assume by a process of elimination you're going to use unwilling subjects. No. I will not have any subjects at all. It's just, I'm not gonna carry it out. Cause it's kind of gross. That's kind of gross. Unless I become... What is the guy version of a gynecologist? Is there a guy version of OBGYN? The PP doctor. Is there a PP doctor? There's no PP doctor? Urologist? Unless I become a urologist. Which I probably wouldn't. Uruka when she finally brings home a guy. Alright, let me get out the scissors. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. No. Well, you know, the only situation that there would be a guy in my home is if he was an intruder. So maybe I would bring out the scissors now that I think about it. Now that I think about it. I can't wait till next week's handcam stream. Totally ethical experiments on chat. Featuring Kuma. No, I already did that to Kuma though. Where are the tie downs on the bed? Oh, maybe I need to set that up for my experiments. I'll need to be prepared for the next home intruder. I need to prepare the cuffs for the next not the next. I've never had a home intruder, but I need to prepare for the home intruder. Then I can carry out my experiments. That's what happens at the secret meet and greets. There is no secret meet and greets. Unless you guys are having secret meet and greets. No. No secret meet and greets. They all happen out in the open, you know? Education should not be paywalled. I think everyone deserves this knowledge, so it wouldn't be secret. Here, Uruka, just buy a copy of the Kama Sutra FFS. Kama Sutra? What was the Kama Sutra? It was like a religion thing? You want me to be religious? I'm being fed this knowledge against my will. Well, that's what school was when we were growing up too. But school was still important. Totally a religious thing. Religion on bed. Keep those paws away from Google search bar. I'll just search it. We've already gone this far. I might as well just search it. Ancient Hindu text that discusses many aspects of love. Oh, that's why I thought it was a religion thing. That's why I vaguely remembered part of it. Why is this on WebMD? Is this a medical thing? Why is there an article about it on WebMD? Oh, there's images. Okay. Oh. Okay. This is ancient, you say? How is this ancient text? Why were they were just discovering different... Oh, whoa. There's like statues. Whoa. Oh, that is oh, okay. Okay. Oh. Jesus. God, oh, okay. Oh, she's very flexible. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Hi, Raiders. Hi, Raiders. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. Hi, Shinon Raiders. Welcome, Raiders. What you watching? Chat just told me about the Kama Sutra. And I'm looking at the Wikipedia page right now. It is apparently it is a book that it's an ancient text on sexuality, eroticism, and emotional fulfillment. It's neither exclusively nor predominantly a sex manual on sex positions, but rather a guide on the art of living well, the nature of love, finding partners, maintaining sex life, and other aspects pertaining to pleasure-oriented faculties. Written in the 2nd or 3rd century CE. And there are images. There's like statues that are carved. There's one that is very... like, that does not look comfortable. That does not look comfortable. She is very flexible. Okay. Most of the stuff on here is blurred. Let's turn off the blur and see. Oh, okay. Okay. Why did you guys tell me this? Why am I looking at this? Why am I looking at this? Whoa. Whoa, okay. Whoa. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Kama Sutra, a position a day. Every day? Bro. Taken as a challenge? Because you were talking about wanting to do experiments in science. Let me be very clear. The experiments don't involve me in any shape or way, shape, or form. The experiments don't involve me. That's not the kind of experiment I was talking about. I just meant in a purely anatomical way. Purely anatomical manner. She will review it further later. No, I won't. I have no use for that. Thank you, Cooks, for the 5 gifteds. It is 2024. I am an Uruka channel member. It is 2025. I am an Uruka channel member. It is 2026. I am an Uruka channel member. And it keeps on going. It keeps on going. Not just about the anatomy, but the feeling. No, when I said I'm running experiments, I purely meant anatomy. Nothing else. You could ask your friends for feedback. That's diabolical. I'm not doing that. Please believe us. She's actually very, very say-so. Yes. I am very, very say-so. Very, Very say so. I didn't know what this book was. I vaguely heard of it, and I think I forgot until you guys told me. That's what real girl talk is. I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I mean, they kind of spoke about it a little bit, but not in a lot of detail, which I am very okay with. She and Shinon do say so. They don't even know what they're being unsay. No. Shinon is unsay so. Shinon is unsay so. I am say so. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the experiments are purely anatomical and do not involve me. I don't mean experiment in that kind of way. Stop being freaky and weird. Stop being freaky and weird. One of these two statements must be false. No. Shinon unsay so. Uruka say so. There's really only two functions, Uruka. I know that. It's just the physics of everything, the placement of everything, that kind of thing. Do you ever just Google these ideas when they pop into your head? I think I would be put onto some sort of watch list if I tried to Google this. No, I do not Google. I do not Google about that. Why would I do that? Why would I do that when I can just ask Urufu Gang? You guys are much more accurate. I would think. You're more accurate than a Google AI that doesn't even have a body, right? Right. So you subject us to it instead? Yeah. I mean, not like you can do anything about it. You're gonna give me my answers, and you can't say that it's Uruka being unsay so. You can't say that you're here against your will because you're not. Everyone wins. Everyone wins. Urufu Gang is like a very poorly sourced group AI. You don't need AI though. If you have PP, you don't need AI. You don't need to ask the AI about PP if you have PP. Anyways, I had a good time. I had a relaxing time. I ate a lot of good food. I'm tired now. I'm tired now. I'm tempted to ask some of my friends who are girls if they ever have these kind of questions. I feel like they do. I feel like most girls have these kind of questions, but they just don't vocalize them. Just like I'm sure guys have anatomical questions about girls that are not horny thoughts, right? Obviously. I think it's just interesting because it's like part of anatomy. And we're all human. But we just have some slightly different parts. And it's just intriguing, And from a scientific perspective. I think most girls get these experiments out when they're teenagers. No, I'm not talking about unsay-so things. I'm not talking about unsay-so things. Also, I feel like that's also untrue. I think that's untrue. Teenagers seems a bit young. Okay. Ah. Okay. You just weren't aware of what was going behind the scenes at music camp. Oh, I knew about one thing that happened, but it was only one time. It was only one time. Gonna be honest with you, 80% of the time we're not thinking at all. I believe that. I fully believe that. I guess, yeah, it was one time that they were caught. Maybe there were other times that people were not caught, but I was not aware. But like, it'd be kind of hard to do those kind of things. Anyways, we've veered away from my completely say-so experiments. You think I'm talking about something else. I'm not. I'm saying say-so scientific experiments. We're not talking about anything else. They were say-so? I'm talking about say-so experiments. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But I'm talking about say-so things. Okay, I think I'm gonna go now. Because I can't. My brain is too dead to veer us into a different topic. So we're just gonna have to end on this one. I'm gonna finish my song request from last week tomorrow. So if you got requests in, I will be doing that tomorrow, and I won't be taking new requests unless you Aka Super it, because I'm just finishing the requests from last week. Wait, I just realized it was an acoustic stream. Shit. Maybe I should start earlier. Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Surely it'll be fine. Thanks for streaming, Bear. Glad you're back. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you guys missed me a little bit, but not enough that you wanted to jump off a cliff. Poke the bear. Broke the bear. No, you're not breaking the bear. I'm breaking you. If anything, I'm breaking you. You do not break me. Alright, make sure to like the stream, leave a comment about your favorite part. Although I can't possibly think of what that could be. Subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah. I feel like there's probably more stuff I could talk about. I just can't think about it right now. It'll come up eventually. Alright. Udu Scroob, yeah, Udu Scroob. Bye, Miss Uruka. I'm super glad that you're back. Super happy that you had fun and relaxing time with your friends. Have a good night, Miss Uruka and Udu again. Good night. Good night, good night, good night. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Get your merch. Get your merch. Get your merch.